Thank you for joining us. The program will begin shortly. Message us in the chat with any questions and comments.
I'm Corey Kurth, and I'm the Program Director of Magdalena House. I'm so excited that you've joined us in celebrating the power to change and in celebrating the families of Magdalena House. I believe that the power to change is within each and every one of us. But when faced with ongoing trauma and adversity, it can become hard for a person to see that change is possible. However, when a woman decides to come to Magdalena House, she's taking the first of many steps to a bright and safe future for herself and her children. I thank you so much for joining us and for supporting the mission of Magdalena House.
To support, text MAGHOUSE to the number on your screen. Message us in the chat with any questions and comments.
I believe in the power to change because I believe in the resurrection. I think that what has happened to you does not define who you are and who you will be.
Hello everyone, I'm Matt Countryman. I'm on the board here at Magdalena House.
And I'm Emily Countryman, this year's Magdalena House Gala Chair.
We believe in the power to change.
Did you know that 1 out of every 3 young people will experience some sort of abuse in their young adult dating life? Having taught teenagers in our public schools for the past 15 years, I have seen firsthand the impact that a strong support system can have on our young people.
I believe in the power to change. The women, children, and staff of Magdalena House prove this every single day. Thank you for attending and supporting Magdalena House. Cheers.
I believe in the power to change tomorrow, today. Everything we need in life to change our communities for the better is right before us. It just takes everyone coming together and making a simple decision today.
I believe in the power to change goals, hopes, and dreams.
Hi, my name is Lily Pemberton, and I'm the child advocate at Magdalena House. I believe in the power to change the lives of children. The children at Magdalena House are some of the most kind, smart, and charismatic kids I've ever known. They inspire me every day, and I'm so encouraged by their curiosity and their desire to learn. I'm so blessed to have this opportunity to walk alongside them as they continue to grow into all that they can be.
Good evening. During these unprecedented times, places like Magdalena House are more important than ever before. Globally, we are seeing a significant rise in intimate partner violence. Closer to home, San Antonio reported an 18% rise in family violence-related calls in March at the beginning of the pandemic. Without places like Magdalena House, the calls for a safe place to go unanswered. I believe in the power to change, and it starts with Magdalena House.
Hi, my name is Danielle Conks, and I'm the marketing coordinator for Keep SARS Pools. We are so excited to be partnering with the Magdalena House for the power to change lives. And hey, we are all about backyard fun. What's more fun than a Traeger grill for a Texas barbecue? So fire up those bids and let's get smoking, Texas style.
My name is Jeff Kemp, and I am on the board of directors at the Magdalena House as the treasurer. I love working for Magdalena House because what they do is important. And when I see those women and their families come to Magdalena House and then leave as a completely different person, it makes my heart leap.
Hey Magdalena House supporters, I'm Vicki Kennedy. Yes, I am in my Magdalena House Gala attire that I bought 5 months ago in prep for the gala, as opposed to my normal 2 days in advance, maybe 1 day in advance of gala. So of course gala got canceled this year in live, so I'm sorry. So I'm gonna miss seeing your faces in person this year. MAGHOUSE Gala is one of my favorite nights of the year. I love being in a room with so many people gathered in one place for the sole purpose of supporting and loving these women and the children of the Magdalena House. These women and children need our support more than ever, now with the increase in domestic violence and trafficking due to this pandemic. So I believe personally that we have the power to change these women's lives for good. So I hope you enjoy your evening, and I will see you next year live. Bye.
We'd love to see how you're enjoying the night. Use our hashtag #PowerToChange and post your photos online. The silent auction is now open. Please visit us online to place a bid, and you can also purchase raffle tickets as well. Please note, the silent auction will close at 7:20 p.m.
I believe in the power to change lives together, to provide the mom and the children the chance to succeed by providing them a safe environment, shelter, education, and support.
We value Magdalena House because the staff and volunteers treat residents with total love and acceptance.
They create a safe space in which God can change lives.
Hi, my name is Catherine Lillybridge. I'm on the board of Magdalena House. And with the board members and the staff, we're just always honored to serve the families that live and grow at Magdalena House. Thank you for being here tonight at the gala so we can celebrate them and help them reach their goals. And so when they leave Magdalena House, they have grown, they've become educated, their kids have grown and learned new things, and together we're helping them go out into the world so that they can lead better lives and they can make the world a better place also. Thank you again for coming tonight.
I believe in the power of change because Magdalena House changed and transformed our lives. It made it possible by helping me go back to college, where I earned an associate degree in nursing. It gave my children and I a place of refuge when fleeing an abusive and dangerous situation. It gave us support, helped me get my voice back, love, and most importantly, a new beginning. Please donate.
I believe in the power of change.
We believe in the power of change in Magdalena House.
Hi, my name is Angela.
And my name's Lauren.
And we are second-year medical students at UIW School of Osteopathic Medicine. We became involved with Magdalena House through the Pediatric Interest Group on campus.
The thing I love most about Magdalena House has been my time spent playing with the children while their moms have enrichment classes. They've been through so much, and it makes me happy to see them play and interact with each other in such a healthy and comfortable environment. While we haven't been able to see each other in person recently, we've still had the opportunity to do a few virtual game nights, and it's been very rewarding to see the kids having fun.
And the thing that I love most about Magdalena House is the mission and values of the organization. Their motto is a place to begin again, and they truly exemplify that in everything they do. We are so honored to be a part of this organization as volunteers for the families they serve.
Thank you, Magdalena House, for being such a wonderful organization to be a part of, and we can't wait to volunteer more with you.
Please note, the silent auction will close at 7:20 p.m. Remember to check your phone to make sure you aren't outbid. We'll be sending you text notifications.
I believe in the power of change because it gives women and children a chance to stop the cycle of poverty and violence and an opportunity for a successful future. The Magdalena House makes that change possible because it provides women and children like myself and my son to have a safe home. It provides emotional support and helps women regain trust in humanity. The Magdalena House has helped me become a successful professional, allowing me to provide stability for my children.
Hi everybody, my name is Sandra Bustamante. I'm the programming coordinator here at Magdalena House, and I have the privilege of working with both the mothers and the children. Both the mothers and the children come to Magdalena House in a search for a better life and a better tomorrow. And in doing so, and in trying to achieve this better tomorrow for them, they go through something very special called change. And in change here at Magdalena House, we reinforce this and help them achieve that. And not just one specific area, but in many different areas. We help them change emotionally, physically even, mentally, and yes, even academically. Now, the residents leave with a better foundation of who they should be, how they should be treated, and most importantly, what they can do to leave an impact on this world. Now, that is why I believe in the power to change, and so should you.
Denise, thanks for asking us to say a few words. Magdalena House has been open since 2006. 14 years of providing care, support, and education for women and their children. What a blessing. I know that Kay is looking down from heaven and smiling, and I look forward to the next 100 years of Magdalena House.
Good evening, all. Well, as we meet virtually this year, COVID has certainly helped us realize that life can change in a heartbeat. And if a virus can do this, so can we with our actions and our support of meaningful endeavors. And Denise and the MAGHOUSE are perfect examples of this. And since I don't consider myself particularly bright, I look to the wisdom of others. Two come to mind. One is Mitch Albom in his book, The 5 People You Meet in Heaven. And it really is about life intersections with others and those that are meaningful. I also think about Lord of the Rings and Gondor when he says, we all are allotted a certain amount of time. It's what you do at the time allotted you. And I hope that you will each prayerfully consider the young women and children of the MAGHOUSE and how you have an opportunity to change their lives. Thank you.
Good night.
Hi, I'm Charlotte Bell, and about right now we should be gathering at La Cantera, perusing the silent auction, chatting with each other, having a great time and getting ready to celebrate the work of the mothers of Magdalena House. But alas, instead, we are embarking on our first ever virtual gala and hopefully last ever. the work, it still remains. Now more than ever, the place that is Magdalena House, the work that happens there, the mothers and their children who call it home and find healing and help and hope there. They rely on us to fuel the change that happens in that beautiful neighborhood. So tonight we gather virtually, and we will once again fuel that change. I believe in the power to change the world through the mothers and children at Magdalena House.
We'd love to see how you're enjoying the night. Use our hashtag #PowerToChange and post your photos online. The silent auction is now open. Please visit us online to place a bid, and you can also purchase raffle tickets as well. To support, text MAGHOUSE to the number on your screen. Message us in the chat with any questions and comments.
I'm so honored to work with this wonderful organization, Magdalena House. It's been an interesting journey. It's a chapter of my life. I am so grateful that Denise gave me the opportunity. Together, we'll be able to change lives, but not just our generation, but the future generation.
Hi, my name is Dimitri Biatis, and I believe in the power to change because it gives children a chance to be better, in a better environment, and a chance to focus on education. Magdalena House makes that change possible. They gave me a happy and safe home. They taught me to socialize and make lifelong friendships. They taught me that there are still nice people to trust.
Hi, this is Vanessa Keenan, Magdalena House board member, and I'm so looking forward to having you to join us for the Gala. We will be having a nice party here in our house and bidding as well, so we invite you to join us and bid. We'll see you for the Magdalena House Gala.
Thank you for joining us. The program will begin shortly. Message us in the chat with any questions and comments.
I'm Corey Kurth, and I'm the Program Director of Magdalena House. I'm so excited that you've joined us in celebrating the power to change and in celebrating the families of Magdalena House. I believe that the power to change is within each and every one of us. But when faced with ongoing trauma and adversity, it can become hard for a person to see that change is possible. However, when a woman decides to come to Magdalena House, she's taking the first of many steps to a bright and safe future for herself and her children. I thank you so much for joining us and for supporting the mission of Magdalena House.
To support, text MAGHOUSE to the number on your screen. Message us in the chat with any questions and comments.
I believe in the power to change because I believe in the resurrection. I think that what has happened to you does not define who you are and who you will be.
Hello everyone, I'm Matt Countryman. I'm on the board here at Magdalena House.
And I'm Emily Countryman, this year's Magdalena House Gala Chair.
We believe in the power to change.
Did you know that 1 out of every 3 young people will experience some sort of abuse in their young adult dating life? Having taught teenagers in our public schools for the past 15 years, I have seen firsthand the impact that a strong support system can have on our young people.
I believe in the power to change. The women, children, and staff of Magdalena House prove this every single day. Thank you for attending and supporting Magdalena House. Cheers.
I believe in the power to change tomorrow, today. Everything we need in life to change our communities for the better is right before us. It just takes everyone coming together and making a simple decision today.
I believe in the power to change goals, hopes, and dreams.
Hi, my name is Lily Pemberton, and I'm the child advocate at Magdalena House. I believe in the power to change the lives of children. The children at Magdalena House are some of the most kind, smart, and charismatic kids I've ever known. They inspire me every day, and I'm so encouraged by their curiosity and their desire to learn. I'm so blessed to have this opportunity to walk alongside them as they continue to grow into all that they can be.
Good evening. During these unprecedented times, places like Magdalena House are more important than ever before. Globally, we are seeing a significant rise in intimate partner violence. Closer to home, San Antonio reported an 18% rise in family violence-related calls in March at the beginning of the pandemic. Without places like Magdalena House, the calls for a safe place to go unanswered. I believe in the power to change, and it starts with Magdalena House.
Hi, my name is Danielle Conks, and I'm the marketing coordinator for Keep SARS Pools. We are so excited to be partnering with the Magdalena House for the power to change lives. And hey, we are all about backyard fun. What's more fun than a Traeger grill for a Texas barbecue? So fire up those bids and let's get smoking, Texas style.
My name is Jeff Kemp, and I am on the board of directors at the Magdalena House as the treasurer. I love working for Magdalena House because what they do is important. And when I see those women and their families come to Magdalena House and then leave as a completely different person, it makes my heart leap.
Hey Magdalena House supporters, I'm Vicki Kennedy. Yes, I am in my Magdalena House Gala attire that I bought 5 months ago in prep for the gala, as opposed to my normal 2 days in advance, maybe 1 day in advance of gala. So of course gala got canceled this year in live, so I'm sorry. So I'm gonna miss seeing your faces in person this year. MAGHOUSE Gala is one of my favorite nights of the year. I love being in a room with so many people gathered in one place for the sole purpose of supporting and loving these women and the children of the Magdalena House. These women and children need our support more than ever now with the increase in domestic violence and trafficking due to this pandemic. So I believe personally that we have the power to change these women's lives for good. So I hope you enjoy your evening, and I will see you next year live. Bye.
We'd love to see how you're enjoying the night. Use our hashtag #PowerToChange and post your photos online. The silent auction is now open. Please visit us online to place a bid, and you can also purchase raffle tickets as well. Please note, the silent auction will close at 7:20 p.m.
I believe in the power to change lives together, to provide the mom and the children the chance to succeed by providing them a safe environment, shelter, education, and support.
We value Magdalena House because the staff and volunteers treat residents with total love and acceptance.
They create a safe space in which God can change lives.
Hi, my name is Catherine Lillybridge. I'm on the board of Magdalena House. And with the board members and the staff, we're just always honored to serve the families that live and grow at Magdalena House. Thank you for being here tonight at the gala so we can celebrate them and help them reach their goals. And so when they leave Magdalena House, they have grown, they've become educated, their kids have grown and learned new things, and together we're helping them go out into the world so that they can lead better lives and they can make the world a better place also. Thank you again for coming tonight.
I believe in the power of change because Magdalena House changed and transformed our lives. It made it possible by helping me go back to college where
And now, please welcome our host, Maria Villarreal.
I can't believe we all made it here tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. I am Maria Villarreal. I'm a national correspondent with CBS News, and I am here for the 13th annual Magdalena House virtual gala, the first ever virtual gala, but the 13th year that we have been doing this. You know, I want to thank you for joining us to help raise some very vital funds to help fuel the power to change at Magdalena House. As I have learned more about Magdalena House over the last several years, I've learned about the women and children that this organization has helped throughout those years. And one of their goals has always stuck with me. It's very near and dear to my heart. It says, we will exemplify an organization that gives back to the world confident of its significance each of us has in making it a better place. So if you think about it, here's what that breaks down to. You don't just see the bad that's in the world by reading it on articles or social media. This is about change. This is about us coming together and realizing that we have the power to do something. So tonight, let's all do that. Let's all come together and be confident that we can, as a group, as a whole, make San Antonio, Bexar County, and Texas a better place for us all. In the next few minutes, you will hear about the many ways that the mothers and children at MAGHOUSE rise to the challenge of imagining a new life for themselves, and they take the steps to make those changes a reality. As we watch domestic violence increase in the wake of COVID-19, this awful pandemic, and during quarantine, now more than ever, a place like Magdalena House, a place that is providing healing, hope, and safety, this place is an absolute need right now in our society. Thank you so much for your willingness to come alongside these mothers and children and also the staff at Magdalena House as they fuel the power to change. I am excited to be here tonight, and I also want to introduce an amazing guy who has a lot of energy that he brings to the table. Logan Thomas will be joining me as my co-host. He is live right now at La Cantera, and he can tell us what we will be expecting throughout the evening. It's going to be a great one, guys.
Thank you so much, Maria. Truly appreciate everybody being here virtually. We so wish we could hug each other and shake each other's hands, but that'll have to wait for next year. Thank you for being here. If you're not quite sure how the bidding and the donating, all that's work, not sure if you're signed up, head to maghouse.org/gala. maghouse.org/gala, and then you can get signed up, or if you're not sure if you have signed up, you can go there and get it all figured out there. That's where all the activity, all the fun's going to be had, all the giving's going to be done very shortly. Thank you for being here. Back to you, Maria.
All right, thank you so much, Logan. We obviously are going to continue to get through this program. I know my connection might be a little bit choppy, so I hope you bear with me throughout the night as we try and fix all of these technical difficulties. But right now, I want to thank you for all joining us. Now that we know how to donate to Magdalena House, thanks to Logan, let's better understand why Magdalena House deserves our support. Denise Barker is an ordained pastor in the United Methodist Church and a force of nature whose heart is burdened for women whose lives have been bound up in tragedy and trauma. She knows that through faith, and stability, education, and expectation, that they all bring hope and healing and the freedom. And she's envisioned a place throughout all of this where all this could happen in a loving and safe environment. She is the founder and executive director of Magdalena House, and I am proud to call her a friend as well. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, Denise Barker.
Good evening. My name is Denise Barker, and I'm so excited that you're joining us tonight for our first ever virtual gala at Magdalena House. I'm humbled to be the founder and executive director because I've seen this work take flight in so many women's lives and that they have been able to make a difference in their life and their children's lives. Our world has been hurled into a crucible the pandemic, COVID-19, where tens of millions of people have been affected by this atrocity. And yet simultaneously, the world has been in the midst of a pandemic that has been going on for centuries. Violence against women. The United Nations estimates that 35% of women and girls will at some point in their life experience physical or sexual abuse. That's 1 in 3 women. Seems like a distant statistic, but I know firsthand of what this can do. As a survivor of rape, I know how it can turn your life upside down, not for a week or a month, but for years, In August of 1920, 100 years ago, the United States passed legislation that gave women the right to vote. Because of that legislation, something else was passed. For the first time in the history of our country, men were not allowed to beat their wives. That means in 1919 they were able to. But now 100 years has passed, and where are we? What's happened? What does it look like when 2 pandemics converge? COVID-19 and abuse against women. In San Antonio, locally, it looks like this. The Family Justice Center has just reported that there's been a 54% increase in applications for protective orders. One of those applicants, several of them actually, have landed and found their way to Magdalena House. They've come here to live and to escape violence, to escape being beaten by the person that's supposed to love them. Magdalena House is a unique solution to the problem of violence against women and children. Women come here and they can live here as long as they want. We're the only shelter in San Antonio that has no maximum stay, no limit on how long a woman can live here. To live here, she has to go to school. We provide everything that's needed for their education, tuition, books. We cover 100% of their child care where other services are not able to do that. She has to be involved in an accredited academic education. She chooses what this pathway is going to be. For the first time in her life, somebody asked her, what do you want to do with your life? We have around-the-clock staff and volunteers who form nurturing and loving relationships with these women so they can begin to trust people again. We believe in these women. We believe that they have the power to change their lives, because that's where it starts. They've already taken the most courageous step, and that is to get out of that abusive situation. We make sure that once they make that crucial decision, they can continue to dream whatever dream they have. The story doesn't stop here. We want the next 100 years to be a story where violence against women is eradicated in San Antonio. That's our vision statement. And that only happens thanks to people like you. You and I know that the power to change is possible. You have made it possible for Magdalena House to grow from a small community into a larger neighborhood. For the rest of the evening, you're going to hear stories from women who are currently living at Magdalena House. I hope that you'll begin to believe in the power to change, that you too can make a difference in our community and the lives of women and children. Thank you so much for being here. Join with you tonight for this virtual gala, our first ever. Can you believe it?
I know. It has been amazing to go through this with you. I know that this has been a challenge for us all, but I think it shows really the commitment that we all have to such a powerful and amazing organization, and really the mission that you embody. So thank you again for having us.
Oh, we are glad you're with us, and we're glad that all of you are with us tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. I am going to now take a moment and introduce a good friend of mine to all of you. She's going to come up on the screen in a minute. Her name is Patricia Castillo. Not only is she a friend to me, but she's like a hero to me. She's kind of a legend in San Antonio. For the last 35 years, Patricia has just been a force of nature. She has fought against violence against women. She has fought for legislation. And now at this time, she's the founder of the Peace Initiative. And if you drive around San Antonio, you might even find her picture painted on a mural in the city. So without further ado, would you please welcome Patricia Castillo.
Today I'm here to talk to you a little bit about Magdalena House and the wonderful work being done in this wonderful community of service and of servant leadership regarding an issue that is so critical for us to be addressing, which is domestic violence. Unfortunately, right now, San Antonio is experiencing very high levels of violence against women in the family. In fact, it's even being called the shadow pandemic to the COVID-19 pandemic. Forbes magazine recently noted that everybody is seeing a doubling in the numbers of domestic violence being reported. San Antonio right now is already at a crossroads in terms of how many women have been murdered. At the beginning of June, we were already at 25 women being murdered, according to the San Antonio Police Department and the District Attorney's Office. Last year, our record-breaking number was 28. So you all can imagine what our statistics are going to look like by the end of the year. This event tonight is so important because of the opportunity it gives our community to support this work. We need this kind of energy, enthusiasm, and commitment to the work being done at Magdalena House. I wish we had a Magdalena House in every sector of this city, because that's how common domestic violence is, and that's how great the need is. So your presence here today is critical for the continued success and the continued work of Magdalena House.
What an amazing story. If you've been around MAGHOUSE for any amount of time, you've heard these stories. Please continue to listen to them. What amazing, powerful things you're helping with tonight. Thank you for being here. The silent auction is still going strong. It's all on your phone. Hopefully you're getting texts and sending texts and getting outbid and all that fun stuff. If you're having any trouble, Emily is monitoring the YouTube chat, so just hop in there, ask questions. She'll respond, tell her how pretty she is, all those fun things. Thank you so much for being here tonight, guys. I was just checking my phone. There's a really cool item, a big cross pendant, a lady's necklace, donated by Mike Hutton Jewelers. Thank you so much for that. There's some really cool stuff in there. Now, just before I came back on, I was passed some very interesting information. The silent auction has been extended. The silent auction is closing at 7:30 sharp, okay? So 7:30, not 7:31. We don't want an email on Monday that said, well, I thought he said. No, he didn't. 7:30, guys. Hop in there, get your bids, outbid everybody. Be proud to overpay for some stuff. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight.
All right, thank you, Logan. He always brings this amazing energy, and I feel like I have to rise to the occasion every time I get back on.
Well, I am rising to the occasion, Maria.
There you go. You know what? I think that's what this night is all about. And you know, Denise, the one thing that I think that not only Logan brings, but something that Patricia talked about as she was giving her video, or we saw her in the video, she talked about this energy and this enthusiasm for this mission and for Magdalena House. You have to have that, right? To be taking on such a big challenge, because it can be very draining for the heart and soul. I was in that room last year and I could feel it, and it's crazy, but even though we are virtual this year, I feel it again. You know, it is this commitment by everybody behind the scenes, and it's this commitment from you and from Logan and from everybody that is giving right now. So explain, how does this happen?
Oh gosh, how much time do we have, Maria? I could talk all night, but you know, it really just began with a vision I had in seminary. And then I was with the University United Methodist Church in 2004, and with Doctors Pam and Randy Otto, we really launched this vision and began to talk about it fruitfully. And in 2007, we opened our doors, and here we are today. None of this would have happened without the support of many, many people watching tonight. They are the reason we have a Magdalena House. In fact, I'd like to introduce now yet another colleague of mine, Reverend Ben Trammell, the lead pastor at University United Methodist Church. Take a listen.
Evening, MAGHOUSE Gala. Ben Trammell.
from University Methodist Church. Honored to be one of the folks to get to serve here, but we as a community are honored to be a part of the Magdalena House story from beginning to this very day, in which God has used this institution, a vision placed in Denise Barker's heart, shared with many others, that there'd be a place for people to be safe, to be loved, and to be launched into life that they were called to and designed for by a God who loves them. In a year in which we have all known tragedies and slights, small and large, may our hearts grow larger to create more spaces where more people feel safe, where more families get renewed, where women and children can grow in education and possibilities into the people God called and created them to be. It's an honor to join you in this journey. Thanks. Have a great night.
So tonight we're going to take you on a journey of transformation, giving you this glimpse of the power to change and what it looks like for the lives the Magdalena House continues to impact both residents there now and former residents. And we'll tell you this story in 3 parts, 3 different voices at 3 different moments of their journey toward permanent, powerful change. And our hope that as you hear from all of these brave women, that you will be inspired to empower them further through your financial support. So let's begin by taking a look at the first resident who just recently arrived at Magdalena House. Listen to her story.
Well, I have always been kind of lost, always following other people's footsteps. I started realizing that I was changing, but not in the normal way that I expected to when I would follow these people. I noticed I was being more dehumanized, and I was allowing it. I don't think anybody would expect me to be here. I think they would expect me to just continue falling victim into other people's, traps. I came in not really knowing what to expect. Magdalena House, they actually focus on the individual, what I can see, what I grasp from it, where I can actually focus on my inner self. I feel like maybe I can trust again. I can put my trust into people and not fight, maybe being loved, real love. I see myself more confident a year from today. Maybe have more self-esteem, higher self-esteem. My hope is to complete school and start a career, feel like I'm living life, and make sure my kids are happy.
Maria, every woman that we're going to meet tonight has come to us from a pathway of pain and uncertainty. And they arrive at Magdalena House, and that is the most difficult step they take, right? Making that choice to leave their abuser for themselves and for their children. I wish we had more time to unpack their stories and life experiences so you could know them as deeply as we've come to know them. But every resident I have ever met at Magdalena House inspires me so much. They discover, there's that moment when they discover inside themselves that they have within them already the power to make a difference in their lives, in their children's lives, and they just have to learn to believe it.
Denise, I feel like every time I hear, first of all, you speak about
Hi.
Hi, guys. No worries. You know what? at least you know that this is live and exciting and every moment is true and real. So there you go.
Absolutely.
And you know what? Everybody got a preview of what we're going to do right now. So I mean, I think what I wanted to say was, to hear you speak about these women, and to hear Jane just speak a few minutes ago, I think is really important. And it does every time I hear women like her talk about this, it really gives me chills in the moment. And I think that's really that feeling is very important to have. One of the things that I love about Magdalena House isn't just the people like you that are in front of the camera all the time, but more importantly, the women who support you in the back as well. And I think one of those women that we have to give credit to is Jean Tousley. She serves as the president of the board of directors for Magdalena House. Professionally, she has a big job as well. She works in wholesale marketing at the Valero Energy Corporation. But she, along with her husband, Todd Adams, and their 5 children, they have been an integral part of Magdalena House over the years. And to hear her story and her passion, I think, is extremely important as well. So let's take a listen to what she says.
Hi, my name is Jeannie Tousley, and I'm the board president of Magdalena House, and I work for Valero Energy Corporation, a sponsor and longtime giver to Magdalena House. About 13 years ago, when Magdalena House was started, I was a member of the church that Denise was reverend at. And so I knew of Denise, and I knew of her opening Magdalena House. Magdalena House really represents a long-term solution to a widespread problem of abuse and trafficking. As a member of the board, I know that I was involved in other ways prior to becoming a board member. I volunteered, my children volunteered, my husband volunteered. He was part of the team that helped prepare the first house, which was an older house at the time, for the women and children that first came to Magdalena House. Women and children have been really in my heart for a long time. I was about 21 years ago a single mom with 2 young children, recently divorced. And it was probably the hardest thing I've ever done was to work, care for children, and go to school at the same time. And I had a great support group. So doing it with a great support group was hard. I cannot imagine coming from a background of abuse, how much harder it would be. So Magdalena House was near and dear to my heart. It fed the needs of these women, and not just a transitional home, but a transformational home. So I got involved immediately when it was just one house. My interest in it goes beyond the safety and them being away from the danger. It's about teaching them to fish. And I see Magdalena House not only growing within the confines of the current property, but as well being a guiding light for other organizations that want to achieve similar ends to help transition women into an independent and healthy life with their children.
Well, it is great to be back here. I happen to be here at the beautiful La Cantera Resort, and so next year we'll be back. But we are so thankful for our platinum sponsors. We are thankful for Security Service Federal Credit Union, Valero Energy, and Mark and Ginger Anderson. And also our board of directors who partner with us in this fight to eradicate violence and allow for transformation of lives into these just beautiful, amazing women. Because, friends, this is a fight. It really is. I don't know what other word to use. It is a battle, and we can't let up. Violence against women and children, it's unacceptable. The stakes are too high. Before COVID-19 even began, the statistics were ridiculous. There should be no statistics. And under COVID, under this pandemic, they're rising dramatically. We know this across the world, and particularly even in the city of San Antonio. Next, you're going to hear this amazing artistic rendition of the journey that women and that you and I must make to fight this epidemic of violence. Take a listen.
How does a war get its name? After the violence stops. How does history know which label to place like a bandage on the wounded? to title the damage that's been done? What name do we give to the fight and those that fought in it? To say every battle has a winner, well, show me what was won. To say every battle has a loser, well, who could count all that she's lost? Do not call her a victim. Do not let abuse brand its signature over her identity. Do not call her damaged goods. Though dreams may have fractured, or hearts been broken, or life may not have seemed all it's been cracked up to be, do not call her helpless. She is no charity case. She is not small. She's not some little girl. She is not trash, even if she'd been discarded by others who failed to treat her as the treasure that she is, as she had always been. Trauma does not get to name her. Even if the battle shattered her confidence to a million pieces, only she has the right to name whatever remains, to gather every fragment of herself that she can find and call it whatever she wills here. We raise the volume on her will, recognize her commitment to change as a declaration of war against victimhood. We'll call her strong, call her resilient as the sun, knowing night may have knocked her down, but just look at how many times she gets back up. We'll call her a mother, knowing her child is watching, recognizing the hope that they've placed in her, so she resculpts her smile back into place, shakes the limp out of her walk and stiffens her spine back into a backbone. She renovates her life to be a suitable home for the confidence her kids have placed in her story. We'll call her a fighter. We'll call her free. We'll call her brave. We'll call her a lighthouse, proof that storms can't swallow the shore no matter how hard they try, no matter how hard they've tried. She is still here. She isn't broken. She's still standing. Despite what yesterday had to say about it today, she is still here. Committed to change. Committed to being named not by her past, but towards her future, and it's a bright one. It's beautiful and so bright. Do not call her anything but beautiful and bright, and her name.
Wow, Denise, I've seen that video, and I'm sure you have as well, several times. And I feel like each time I hear it, it just becomes more and more powerful. I mean, yeah, you could say words like, resilient and a commitment. But when you hear him and the passion he brings to this, it's clear that it resonates with him. That was an amazing. I really, round of applause for Lowell Lamont. The amazing poet that did that, put that together for us. It was incredible. So.
Yeah.
Denise, I wanted to ask you a little bit about the residents, because we obviously just heard this video. When they come to you, what are some of the things that they are telling you as they start to transition, as they walk in that door, scared, nervous, probably very unsure of what they're getting themselves into? Yeah.
That's a great question, Maria. And again, I want to echo your words about the poem, Low the Poet. The image he paints of a woman when she finds herself, it's powerful. But when a woman arrives at Magdalena House, there's a progression that happens. It takes somewhere between 9 and 12 months for a woman to begin to trust us, right? That's the first step. They've got to trust us. And then they have to begin to believe in themselves, right? Maybe sometimes for the first time, they really believe that, nobody's really ever asked them what it is they want to do with their lives, and now they get to figure it out all on their own and make their own decisions. And then oftentimes it's the children themselves who maybe because of the abusive space they might have been in has caused some developmental delays. And all of a sudden you see these children start to just talk and babble and get up and run and just be amazing little kids. And then at about 18 months, women start to truly begin to know themselves, right? They've done a lot of work on the interior, They've discovered this power within themselves, and they just begin to amaze you, Maria. They just begin to amaze you. And in a moment, you're going to get to hear from one of those moms who's been at Magdalena House for 18 months, literally this month, and this is her anniversary. And so, and then finally, you're going to hear from one of our amazing graduates.
Denise,
we're going to hear some of these stories of transition throughout the night. And I know that some of the women who are actually at the home right now or have been at the home, so former residents, current residents, some of them are watching right now. And I just want to say thank you so much to them, because it is not easy, one, to ask for help, to get to this place where you are ready for that. But on top of that, to have the strength and the courage to share your story because you believe in the power so much, I think is an incredible thing to do, and very brave, to say the least. So before we get to the second part of our story, we talked about the transition, the three different stories that we will hear. We want to remind everybody that there is a little bit of time left for both the raffle and the silent auction. It is going to close very soon, so please go in there, rush in there, take a look, bid on something, take something home, overpay, as Logan would remind you. So it is absolutely for an amazing cause. And let's take a look at that cause.
Yeah.
I was in an abusive relationship up to the point where I couldn't think for myself anymore. I was so depressed. There were days where I just stay home and stay in bed. I didn't want to get up and do anything. And to try to put myself into school, to try to motivate myself to do something better. I wasn't ready to leave or to make changes in my life until one day I was at work and I just wrote a letter. I went onto the website and I wrote a letter, got an interview with Corey. When I first came to MAGHOUSE, I was shy, nervous, and I think I was mean because I didn't want to make friends. I didn't want to know anybody. I wasn't happy how my whole life had turned out and that I was having to come somewhere where it was unfamiliar to me. I am different now because I'm confident in myself and I know that I have something to look forward to. My kids have something to look forward to and they're not constantly seeing the abuse that was happening in the house often. The support from MAGHOUSE, well, it only empowered my belief. So I believed that I wanted to do something better and they just supported that. I want to help support the MAGHOUSE once I leave here because it did invest a lot of time in me and my children, and I feel like I'll never forget this place.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that story of Marie. She's an amazing woman. I get to see her all the time. She's doing wonderful things for herself and for her children. For those of you that are new to Magdalena House, I thought it would take just a minute to tell you about the 4 primary components that we provide families that come to live at Magdalena House. The first is safe shelter. Safe shelter. When they have this, they can begin to trust again, right? They can take some risks. Secondly, we provide holistic programming, enabling them to restore emotional, physical, and psychological and spiritual well-being through activities such as counseling, enrichment, play therapy, music therapy, and much more. And thirdly, we provide a loving community. It's been scientifically proven by study after study that a key component in supporting trauma victims is to provide relationships that are stable, that are loving, back into their lives. And finally, one of the centerpieces of Magdalena House is education. Every mother that comes to Magdalena House must go to school year-round, 3 semesters of school. They might start with ESOL, they might start with GED, or they might go right into an associate degree. But most every mother will leave here with an associate degree or a 4-year bachelor's degree because there is no time limit as long as mothers are pursuing an education. We believe in the power of education because it builds confidence in women. It enables to see a future they never could have imagined. And to do that, we partner with some amazing agencies, amazing organizations. One of those is the Northside Independent School District. I'm excited right now to show you a glimpse of what that partnership looks like.
The power to change women's lives is truly being faced at Magdalena House. Hi, my name is Dr. Carol Harrell. I've been an educator for over 35 years in several local school districts. I only share this because I've experienced firsthand and in several venues just how powerful education with support is in changing the lives of adults and children. Education has an even greater, longer lasting impact when coupled with wraparound support services that foster social, emotional, and workplace skills so needed in today's world.
Hi, my name is Margaret Judson, and I'm the City Director of School Connect. And I believe in the power of change, that we can make a difference in the lives of the young women who live here at Magdalena House by coming together and serving them in a powerful way as a community, whether you're a nonprofit, a church, or a business.
What we're doing here today is with the San Antonio Food Bank. We're delivering food to our families that attend Northside. We want to make sure that everyone's fed and our kids are healthy, and that includes parents as well. As you can see in the background, we have a Northside bus, our many helpful volunteers.
We love this community, we love the families that are here. They're coming in here to change and restart their lives, and we come out as alongside them as support. One of our missions at Rudder is to build a strong sense of community and business for our kids and our families, and this is just one way of us supporting our kids.
Coming here every week to hand out food is a huge difference in the lives of these young ladies and their children. Be a part of the change.
Harvard's first female longest-serving president, Drew Faust, said it best: "We educate women because it's smart. We educate women because it changes the world." Thank you for being part of that change.
And we can't stop saying that. Thank you so much for fueling this change. I think that is so important to continue to say throughout the night, especially at a moment like this where we all feel very disconnected in ways. This truly makes me feel extremely connected to the mission, to you guys, even when I'm not there with you. So thanks again, Denise.
Good. I'm so glad.
Okay, so I know it's hard to believe, but we are already halfway through this program. And if you kind of see me, I think both of us are kind of doing it. Every now and then we kind of look to the side and we look down. And it's because, listen, we have notes, we have things that we want to get to and make sure that we talk about the important points. But I think also we have a live chat going on. And if you guys haven't been a part of it, you need to, because this is so cool. This is the best part, I think, of having this virtual, is this interaction that you get to have with the audience during the actual event versus just kind of screaming at someone in a big old room, So one of the questions that we have, Denise, is from a woman named Deborah. And she says, this is a big one, actually. What is your big dream for Magdalena House?
Oh, gosh. Deep breath. Well, luckily, our board of directors actually has just completed a strategic plan. And that was done with great intention and thoughtfulness. Everything we've showed with you tonight shows that the need for supporting families through a transitional long-term facility it's just escalating. It's not going away. And so we know that we need to build out our facility, to continue to increase our facility. We have the science that backs it up, that the type of work that we're doing, nurturing relationships, safe shelter, education, enrichment programming, truly mediates the effects of trauma. And so as such, one of our big long-term plans is to build out our neighborhood. We have our own neighborhood. We'll build it out we have 3 or 4 more homes we'd like to complete. But a really big project that we're going to start working on immediately is a children's center, because we know how significant it is to impact those children in the first 3 years of life. So those are some of our big plans coming up.
Oh, I can't wait. And I think what we talked about before is I can't wait to visit this in person. I know that that's not always the case. We have to be very careful with that, especially during the pandemic. But that just sounds amazing, and especially the Children's Center. I mean, I can't imagine how much that is going to help them grow. So good luck. That is awesome. And of course, that's what this night is about. So remind people that in order to do that, let's make sure that we open up our pocketbooks. I had another question from Rihanna, who says that obviously she loves the mission, she loves Magdalena House, and she wants to know how she can get involved and help. And I think that that's actually really important right now. You have over 500 volunteers that come in and out of Magdalena House, but I would imagine during this pandemic that has dramatically changed. So how can people get involved right now?
Right. You're absolutely right, Maria. We are not able to bring all of our volunteers on site right now. We have some of our facility teams doing some work, but the people who partner with us, one of the greatest things they do is they are ambassadors for us, right? They get the word out. They share about the mission of Magdalena House. They believe in our work, and just having their advocacy is so important. They help us get the word out. They share. They become our stakeholders, right? And another thing, the idea of doing Magdalena House without volunteers, ridiculous. There wouldn't be a Magdalena House without volunteers. You know that. It's just, they are the heart and soul. They do everything from enrichment classes, yoga, therapeutic yoga. They bring therapy dogs in. They do children's programming. They take care of our kids. They take care of our facility, which we could never afford without their help. So they are just awesome. Without them, there's no Magdalena House, like I said. Now, one of the things that you can do right now as a supporting community is you can help us get the word out on social media, right? You know, I'm a little bit challenged, just gonna FYI that. But, you know, other people are not. So we would love to have you get the word out for us. Be an ambassador through the power of technology, right? That would be awesome. And then as soon as our program opens back up, you'll be hearing from us, and we will have you guys. We would just love to have you. In the meantime, you can certainly send in an application to volunteer if you haven't done so already. So that's just a real quick snapshot.
Well, those all sound like awesome ways to do it. I've already been on Instagram. It's one of my favorite social media channels. Putting the word out there about this virtual gala and how excited I am about it. They are at Magdalena House. And on top of that, don't forget, whatever social media channel you choose to use, just make sure you also include the hashtag Power to Change. It's extremely important, I think, to continue to put all of these social media posts together and lump them into one big group. So Denise, right now we're going to move on to our final resident. We will hear from her in just a few seconds, but we want to remind everybody that, you know, keep chatting with us. Keep putting your comments out there. Send a funny note if you want to Logan even, who will be joining us very shortly as well. He will show you how you can financially support Magdalena House. So get your phones ready. This is going to be the time for you to come in and do what we're calling Fund a Need. So that in just a moment. For now, take a look at this.
I came to Magdalena House because I have problem with the father of my kids, and he kicked me out of his house, so I was homeless. I was looking for a place to start over, and Magdalena House received me open-handed. My son is 9 years old and he's going to 4th grade this year. And he's a big boy. He loves to play soccer. He's learning to play piano. And my daughter is turning 15 in September, and she's going to high school. They grow up to be very happy kids, very sociable, because they had the opportunity here to have a lot of people around them. They call Magdalena House their home. I have a financial freedom, so I am free to do whatever I want. I have a place to live on my own. And I think I'm a happy person. I feel like I am integrated in the society, in my community. I help people now, and I feel like, okay, I'm able to give back what they gave me at Magdalena House. What I want to say to all the women that come at Magdalena House is that it's not easy. I will not say it's easy. It's hard to go through it, but it's so worth it. Take one day at a time and keep your goal very high and do what you need to do. You have all the help you need. You have all the love you need.
Thank you so much for being here, ladies and gentlemen. We truly could not do this without you. These next few minutes, we have a moment to change the world. These next few minutes, we're going to donate in completely tax-deductible donation. But understand, I want you to think about what your money can do. It can impact lives. It impacts generation. It impacts genealogies. That without this place that we call Magdalena House, how many family trees would end with certain people, would not flourish, would not go on to become productive people, part of society. That's what tonight's about. There's very few of us that can underwrite budgets like that, but together we can. So we're going to go through this, and we're going to donate at levels of $10,000, $5,000, $2,500, $1,000, $500, $250, and $100. And if everybody who is here virtually donates at whatever level makes sense to them, whatever level makes sense to you, your business, your family, your budget, more people are going to change immediately. Now understand, this doesn't go into some slush fund. This money's going to hit the street next week, empowering lives, changing genealogies. Let's get going, guys. At our first level, you can see this number behind me. I know it's going to tick up. We're going to thank everybody we can. Thank you so much for being here. Just grab your phone like you bid on the phone. And I think that last text message you got, just tap that link, and the first big word that's up there says donate. Click that, and then whichever level makes sense to you. As we get going, we'll highlight a little bit about what each level could do. Our first level, ladies and gentlemen, is $10,000. $10,000 could provide 1 year of supplemental food, supplies, and diapers for 12 families. Think about 12 families. So as we get going, I want to thank, I've already seen some donations come in right here. I'm using this iPad to make sure we got it all worked out. Look at that. Mike Barker, thank you so much. Randy and Pam Otto, thank you so much. At $10,000 each. My goodness, what a generous crowd. Anybody else at $10,000 right now to change lives in your community, and an opportunity to help people that if you see these people on the street, you might not understand what they're going through. And that's what tonight's about. Anybody else at the $10,000 level right now in completely tax-deductible donation to Magdalena House? Greg Stroud right there. I just saw the did come in. Thank you so much to the Stroud family. Thank you at $10,000. Anybody else at $10,000? I'll linger just a little bit because I understand there might be a delay. Maybe you're getting an elbow in your ribs right now from your spouse. Go ahead and be generous. Thank you so much for being here tonight. I'm going to reload my screen one more time at the $10,000 level here. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Virtual round of applause for those families. Let's keep on going here. At $5,000. Now, understand what $5,000 could do. It could provide legal work and government fees for one victim of human trafficking. What an opportunity to pull someone out of a situation the vast majority of us can't even comprehend. At $5,000 right now, head to your phone, click that $5,000 button, and we're going to watch this number behind me climb. Thank you so much. I've got Mike Barker again. Strikes again. Thank you so much to the Barker family. John Barbereri? My apologies, John, for butchering your name. Anybody else at the $5,000 level right now to change people? Randy and Pam Otto, thank you, thank you, thank you. Y'all know this game, I'm afraid. Thank you so much for hopping in. Again, the Barkers and the Ottos did that twice. Thank you so much. Anybody else at $5,000 levels that understand what that impact does? I certainly don't mean to be cavalier about the money. We appreciate you setting aside in your heart and in your checkbook Magdalena House during the situation that we find ourselves in. Anybody else at $5,000 right now? Let me reload my screen one more time. Dave Corey. Dave Corey, thank you so much. I had a feeling there was something else out there. Anybody else at the $5,000 level? I'm checking. Thank you so much. Virtual round of applause for those families out there for donating $5,000. Let's keep on moving with our program here. Our next level, ladies and gentlemen, is $2,500. And realize what that could do. That could provide one school semester of childcare. Realize what that does to allow a mother to engage with her class uninhibited with that child. That is truly a way to change lives, to change futures. All right, my $2,500 people so far, just hop on there. Oh my goodness, I've got a bunch of them. Here we go. Kelly Thompson, thank you. Joe Leeser, my apologies again. Kim Yetterberg, Chris Calloway, thank you so much. The Barkers, again. Randy and Pam Otto, again, thank you so much for participating in this night. Look at this number continue to climb. My goodness, ladies and gentlemen, your generosity is amazing that you understand what Magdalena House is about, what we're doing, and the impact that you can make. There we keep going, guys. Anybody else at $2,500 right now? Let me reload my screen, make sure I'm not missing anybody. I would be remiss if I missed anybody at the $2,500 level. Last call at $2,500, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. Virtual round of applause for those people. Hope you're clapping, banging on your knee right now, sitting in your couch. All right, here is a big one, ladies and gentlemen. Our next one is $1,000. I want to quantify this a little bit. Roughly $80 a month, give or take. Just don't go to Olive Garden. One time. Give it to Magdalena House. What an opportunity. Thank you so much for being here, guys. $1,000 could provide 6 months of counseling. 6 months of counseling is what your money could do at this level to allow people to get their burden off of them, clear their mind, clear their heart, and move on and decide who's it going to be at $1,000 right now to help Magdalena House. Let me click over there as quickly as I can. Here we go, guys. I've got a bunch of them. Mike Barker, who would have thought? Randy and Pam Otto, thank you again to those people. Here we go. Greg Thompson, Ashley Morgan, Bill Harrison, Pete and Christine Fellner, Laura Laney, Kathleen Witten, Stephen Ryan, Steve Venner, James and Anita Watts, Jim Jewell. Thank you so much for those $1,000 donations. My goodness, like we were talking about, there's few of us that can do this individually, but when we come together, change happens. That's what's going on right now, is impact that'll be felt for 100 years, 150 years behind tonight, because you're going to get into a family's life that without this money could not have it. Anybody else? Oh, look at that. Jeff Landers, thank you so much. Oh, and I would be remiss. It looks like we just got another one. John Lane, he donated $2,500. Thank you so much to the Lanes. Here we go at $1,000 is good. Beth and Michael Klein, thank you so much at $1,000. Wow, wow, wow. Anybody else $1,000 before we continue on with our program. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Let me reload one more time here. Oh, look at that. I just got a $5,000 donation from Steve and Claudia Pena. Thank you so much to the Penas at $5,000. Wow. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, here we go. Let me get this checked one last time. I just love it. They keep coming in. The more I check it, the more you give. How much time you got? We'll just stay here all night. Thank you so much, Joe Christensen, $1,000. We'll just keep on going, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for being here. You know not the impact it makes. Virtual round of applause for those $1,000 donors. Keep it coming. We'll get you announced. We're going to keep on going. At $500 is our next level. Now understand what $500 could do is could provide 3 months of counseling for one child. 90 days for a child that has been through an experience I would venture to guess the vast majority of us can't even comprehend. 3 months of a safe place for them to describe and help work through problems. For your $500, who's it going to be at $500? Just click that donate button, find that $500, and send it on our way. Let me get loaded up over here, and I will thank all of our $500 donors. Here we go. Who would have thought? Mike Barker, Randy and Pam Otto, thank you so much at $500. Here we go. Charla Bell, Jean Tousley, thank you. Paul Brake, Marta Hurst, Trish Williams, Pete and Christine Fellner. These are all $500 gifts. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Lisa Alley, Jean Tousley again. 500 plus 500, it's 1,000. Thank you so much. There we go. Mickey and Terry McCandless, Marcus Valenciano, Bennett Kennedy, Judy White, Alisanne and William Pierpoint, Joe Christensen, Emily Countryman. Thank you so much for these $500 donations. I'm going to reload my screen. I guarantee you there's some more there. Let's keep it going. Right here at $500, understand the impact and the change your money is making. Thank you so much. Scott and Joy D. Ankrum at $500. Deb and James Miller at $500. Kim Rojas at $500. Stephanie Gray at $500. Matt and Mandy Jackson at $500. Oh, I just got another $1,000 donation. Haley Catlett. Think I pronounced that correct. Thank you so much, Haley. Anybody else at $500 right now? It's so easy. You just tap it. It goes on a credit card. It doesn't even exist. You don't have to worry about it till the first. Come on. Anybody, let's hop in. Let's remember what we're doing here tonight, right? Thank you so much for being here, ladies and gentlemen. Andrea Janik, perhaps, at $500. Thank you so much, Andrea. Andrea, perhaps. I could have completely butchered your name. Thank you so much for your donation. We genuinely appreciate it. Round of applause for our $500 donors, ladies and gentlemen. We are rounding the final turn here. We've got 2 more levels. Our next level is $250. Just hit that donate button and then $250 and you will get right in. Now understand, I think this is a pretty cool statistic. Your $250 could provide 1 pair of shoes for every child at Magdalena House. Think about that. A pair of shoes. Something that many of us don't think we have enough of, but certainly have plenty of. Don't tell my wife. But realize what a difference a new pair of shoes could make for somebody that perhaps hasn't had a new pair of shoes in a while. Who's in at $250, ladies and gentlemen? Let's get going. I'm going to read them off here. Mike Barker, Randy and Pam Otto at $250 each. Thank you so much. Deborah Harris, Linda and Joe Martinez, Kathleen and Kenneth Knoll, Sally Pena, Phil and Joyce Jackson, Susan, I am so sorry, but I'm going to try. Susan Susan P., thank you so much at $250. Dr. Pat and Pat P. Pernicano, Joshua Austin, Tim Stevens, David and Sandy Winkley, Linda and John Singer, Debbie Culver, Andrea Aiken. Thank you so much. At $250, ladies and gentlemen, a pair of shoes for every child is what that could go to. What a change that can make in the way they feel about themselves, the way they interact with the world. Anybody else? Oh, here they come again. Corey Kurth, thank you so much at $250. Anybody else at $250? I'll linger just a few more moments. I'll reload my screen one more time at $250 right now. Tax-deductible donation. Maybe you didn't get what you wanted bought. Hey, what an opportunity to show that you're not materialistic. Just saying. You can prove to your spouse, see, right now, here's an opportunity. $250, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. Round of applause to our $250 donors. Here we go, guys. Our last level, $100. Even if you've already given, you got another Benjamin Franklin. We collect pictures of dead statesmen around here. Please bring it our way. Thank you so much. At $100, who's it going to be? Understand what $100 could provide 1 week of groceries for a family. Think about that. Food, something so simple that the vast majority of us don't worry about. $100, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get going. $100 right here. Mike Barker, Randy and Pam Otto, strike again. Thank you, thank you. Here we go. Jenna Natho, Rachel Countryman, David McNeese, Maritza Botello, Jean Towsley, Valerie Mazzola, Stephen and Kelsey Countryman / Edmondson. Thank you so much for the $100. Chris Kennedy, Sean and Michelle Lewis, Gary and Stacy Stansberry ×2. They gave $100 twice. Stephanie Gray, $100. Thank you so much. Rebecca Shimchek, perhaps, gave $150. Thank you so much. Right there. Very much appreciate that. My goodness, guys, I'm getting more and more donations as we sit here. I got Vanessa Kennan at $250 just gave. Thank you so much, Vanessa, at $250. We're at the $100 level right now. This is your last opportunity. It's also an alibi to show you were here tonight. Anybody else at $100 right now that heads to Magdalena House? I do not mean to be cavalier about the money. Truly, every dollar helps. Every dollar goes to change lives. Every dollar goes to expand the reach that Magdalena House has today that without that money won't have tomorrow. Thank you so much. I'm going to reload my screen just one final time, and then we'll change on gears back here again. Anybody else at the $100 level? Let me get my screen loaded. Look at that. Oh, I just got a $500 donation from Linda Ottstadt, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Ottstadt, thank you so much. Valerie Mazzola at 100, I think. George and Barbara Ricks, I don't think I said that one. Thank you so much. Rachel Countryman at $100. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. The donations continue on. If you'll see, all the levels are there under donate, and then there's a big box that says other. If we didn't talk about a number that made sense, perhaps we started too low. But if we didn't talk about a number that made sense, please hop in there, type in whatever number makes sense to you. Truly, that's what tonight's about. No matter the number, we're helping the cause. We're expanding the reach of Magdalena House. Thank you so much for being here. And before I turn it over, I have one more announcement. One more thing. I have a raffle winner. I was handed this very top secret Post-it note just a little while ago. The raffle winner here, this is for package number 1, the Champions Car Wash $500 gift card and DVD package. Drum roll as everybody taps on their knees, sitting on their couch. The winner of that raffle package is Becca Adams. Thank you so much, Becca Adams, for purchasing your raffle ticket, and congratulations on that. We'll be in touch on that, or if you want some other items, we'll certainly work with you on getting that picked up. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Please continue to give. Please continue to elbow your spouse or your significant other. Maybe even give again. I'm going to turn it over to Leonore Colbert. We have a very special musical presentation, and we'll be back with you just a moment. Please give your undivided. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen.
broken down and tired, live a life on a merry-go-round. And you can find the fighter, but I see the you, so we gon' walk it out and mountains. We gon' walk it out and move mountains. And I'll rise like the day, I'll rise unafraid, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. I'll rise up, high like the waves, I'll rise up, in spite of the ache, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you.
Thank you so much for being here, ladies and gentlemen. We hope we shared some information with you. We hope we inspired you to tell your friends and family about what Magdalena House is doing in this small corner of San Antonio. Thank you so much for being here. We've got a little bit of housekeeping, and then we're going to let our hair down and have some fun and celebrate. I want to remind everybody, there's still opportunity to give. That link still works. Please head over there, donate a little bit, go crack the piggy bank, head it our way. Thank you so much. Understand that if you won an item, either in the silent auction or a raffle item or one of the Buy It Now packages, there will be pickup times offered at University UMC. All of the winners tonight will receive an email requesting them to select a pickup time. So please make sure you go select a pickup time and then honor that pickup time as well. We want to make sure everything is appropriately social distanced and everybody's safe, and as well as we'll have your items ready for you at that specific time. Thank you so much for being here. I have one more thing, another top secret Post-it note. Our second raffle winner of the evening for the big large green egg and accessories. I know this is what you've been waiting for. This is what you logged on for. Our last opportunity to win something for yourself tonight. The winner of the Big Green Egg raffle package is Linda Ottstadt. Thank you so much to the Ottstadt clan. Enjoy. Hopefully lots of fun and food can be had around that thing. All right, that's what I have for you. I'm going to throw it back to Maria and Denise. Thank you so much for being here, ladies and gentlemen. We genuinely appreciate it.
Wow, round of applause, Denise.
Cheers. It was amazing. I'm just speechless, Maria. Take it away.
Yeah, you know what's crazy, Denise, is when Logan first started talking not too long ago, I said, wow, 25,000, that is amazing. We're in a good place. And then all of a sudden he just started talking. And next thing you know, that number shot up. So kudos to him. It has been amazing to work with him and alongside you as well. And we do have to give also a big round of applause to everybody that helped put together this gala behind the scenes as well. And one of the people that has done that is Emily Countryman, who is a dear friend of mine. And she has also been the chair for this year's fundraising gala. So Emily, I think you are ready to join us, correct?
Yes, Emily, we just want to say thank you. Whoops, I missed my cue. Maybe it's the wine, I'm not sure. But anyway, Emily, you are amazing. I'm down the hallway from her, actually, so I can see her. But we're going to turn it over to you. Emily, you're going to give us some exciting news, like maybe a total or two.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Maria. Wow, when we started planning this evening, never in a million years did I think that I'd be coming to you live from a camera, but here we are.
Hey, 2020.
That's right. thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. We are so appreciative of you and your support. Without you, we couldn't make this evening possible. And this evening helps to ensure that Magdalena House will continue to embrace these women who are teaching us how to have the power to change. Before we get to tonight's results, I want to make sure we give the appropriate amount of applause to those who have helped make tonight possible. Firstly, I want to thank the moms of Magdalena House. I know you are enjoying your own very special watch party tonight. Thank you for your bravery. Thank you for allowing us to share your stories and for setting the example of determination and faith. Thank you, Logan, for being here with us live tonight.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Medea, I can't wait till we can see each other live again. You are always such a treat to have with us. Thank you so much to our wonderful board of directors. Not only have you gone with me on this insane journey of a virtual gala, but you continue to support Magdalena House by making decisions and supporting them all throughout the year. Of course, thank you, Gala Committee. Oh my goodness, no matter how many hurdles you've been asked to jump over, no matter how many times we've asked you to pivot your plans, you always do it with a smile on your face and joy in your heart. And this is not possible tonight without you. And then finally, of course, we can't leave without saying thank you to Denise, our Executive Director, and Janice, our Director of Development. I speak on behalf of the entire Gala Committee when we say we are truly honored to have worked beside you two this entire year. You're such an inspiration. And now, for those numbers we've been waiting for, tonight's accumulated total is $339,955.
And it's still coming in.
And it's
still rising.
In. So we are 300. Janice can't believe it herself down the hall. We are so appreciative. Listen, we can't wait to have you back here at Lock and Terra Resort and Spa next year, September 25th, 2021, live and in person. Put it on your calendar,
Put it on the
Logan.
calendar.
And with that, let's raise a glass to an exciting evening. Thank you so much, friends. Be well, and good night.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers to you.
Cheers.
Water is water.
Good night, folks. Good night.
Goodbye.
Thank you.